everyone. Today I will tell you a story. The story is titled, Tama and the Way He Softens Time. Please like and subscribe to my channel if you appreciate me. You can skip this if you don't and oppose. Like this video. Thank you very much. The story begins as follows. Tama has a very ordinary face, the kind you might pass on the street without thinking twice. His ears don't stand perfectly straight, and one of them always seems to listen more carefully than the other. His fur is warm brown with small patches where the color fades like sunlight on old wood. Nothing about him announces greatness. And yet, every morning, Tama changes the way time behaves in my house. He wakes before the alarm, but never makes noise. No barking, no scratching, just a quiet presence beside the bed, his breathing steady and calm. When I open my eyes, he is already watching me, tail tapping softly against the mattress like a polite knock on the door of a new day. It is impossible to feel rushed when the first thing you see is a creature who believes that simply being awake together is enough. Mornings used to feel sharp. The phone buzzed, thoughts raced, plans stacked themselves too high too early. But Tama does not understand urgency the way humans do. When I sit up, he stretches slowly, dramatically, as if to remind me that bodies need permission to wake. He waits while I yawn. He waits while I rub my eyes. He waits while I sit in silence for a few seconds longer than necessary. And because he waits, I do too. We walk outside just as the sky is learning its color. Tama stops often, at the same tree every day, at the corner where the neighbor's cat once sat, at the patch of grass that smells slightly different after rain. I used to tug the leash, worried about time. Now I let it loosen. Tama teaches me that the morning doesn't need to be conquered. It needs to be entered gently. Back inside, as coffee brews and sunlight spills across the floor, Tama positions himself exactly where the light lands. He turns once, twice, then collapses with a satisfied sigh. Watching him breathe in that square of warmth feels like watching a clock melt. Nothing urgent exists in that moment. Just warmth, breath, and the quiet agreement that this is enough. The middle of the day is where time usually hardens. Work piles up. Messages arrive faster than replies can be written. Thoughts begin to run instead of walk. Tama notices this shift before I do. He doesn't interrupt loudly. He simply appears. A nose nudges my knee. A head rests against my leg. A pair of eyes looks up, not demanding, just inviting. Tama does not ask for much, only a pause. And somehow, that pause changes everything. We take short walks at noon, nothing special. The street is louder then. Motorbikes pass. People hurry by. Tama moves differently in the afternoon light. He is alert but unbothered. He watches the world without letting it push him. When a loud noise startles him, he pauses, looks to me, and then continues once he knows we are safe. In that moment, I realize how much trust lives in that small glance. At home, Tama naps near my desk. His sleep is deep and honest. Legs twitch, ears flick. Occasionally, he lets out a soft sound, like he is laughing in a dream. I envy that kind of rest, the kind that does not worry about what comes next. When I notice my shoulders tightening, I look at him. Slowly, without thinking, my breathing begins to match his. Sometimes I sit on the floor beside him and do nothing. No phone, no music, just fur under my fingers and the steady rhythm of a living being who is content simply because he is here. Those moments do not last long in minutes, but they last forever in feeling. Tama reminds me that life is not made only of achievements and deadlines. It is also made of pauses, of shared silence, of small connections that do not need words. In the middle of the day, when time wants to rush again, Tama softens it, one quiet moment at a time. Evenings are Tama's favorite. He knows the sound of keys, the way footsteps slow at the door. When I come home tired, carrying the weight of the day, Tama meets me with the same joy every time, as if nothing difficult could possibly have happened while we were apart. His happiness is not loud. It is steady, reliable, healing. We sit together as the light fades. Tama lies close enough that our warmth overlaps. The world outside quiets, and inside, something settles. He listens as I talk, even though he doesn't understand the words. Or maybe he understands more than I think. He understands tone. He understands tiredness. He understands when all a human needs is to be heard without being fixed. At night, before sleep, Tama curls up in his familiar spot. I think about the day, what went well, what didn't. Tama does not judge the day. To him, It was good simply because it existed. Because we walked. Because we shared space. Because we are here. Tama's way of softening time offers a lesson that feels especially important in modern life. We live in a world that celebrates speed, productivity, and constant motion. Yet animals like Tama remind us that meaning often lives in the opposite direction. By slowing down, by paying attention, by allowing space for simple moments, we reconnect with what truly matters. From Tama, we learn the value of presence. He does not dwell on yesterday or worry about tomorrow. He shows us how to fully inhabit the moment we are in. We also learn patience, how waiting can be an act of care, not a waste of time. His trust teaches us responsibility, reminding us that our actions shape the emotional safety of those who depend on us. Most importantly, Tama shows that relationships between humans and animals are not one-sided. While we provide food and shelter, animals give us emotional grounding, unconditional acceptance, and a gentler rhythm of living. To apply this lesson today, we can choose to slow our pace, listen more deeply, and respect the lives we share our world with. When we treat animals with kindness and attention, we don't just improve their lives, we quietly heal our own.